Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tronage, and today we're going to be talking about Drone Drop. It's January. It's 2019. First box of the year. We're going to crack it open. Want to see what's inside? Stick around. Happy New Year to all of my viewers out there. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Got all your resolutions all put into place, and now you're following those through. And we got a new box here. This is the first of the year. First box to come in was Drone Drop, first out of the gate. And we're going to get to unboxing it. But if this is the first time you're here and you haven't checked me out before, maybe hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that bell icon. It makes finding the videos a little bit easier, helps support the channel, and basically this is what we do here. We got all kinds of stuff that deals with drones, quads, unboxings, build videos, all sorts of stuff. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into this. So what we're going to do, we got the box here. We're going to bring you up in close. We're going to unbox it. We're going to look what we got in there, give you my initial thoughts about what's inside. And then we'll do a little bit of a cost analysis to see what is the stuff in this box actually worth, and is that actually worth getting the box in the first place? All right, so why don't you come on in and let's get digging. All right, so here we are. We have our Drone Drop and we got our knife. Let's cut this thing open and see what we got. All right, going in for the cut. A little pre-open. Flip it over, and here it comes. Alrighty, let's see what we got. I'm super stoked. All right, so we got some sticker sheets here, as you can see. Pretty cool. Next up, we have a file set, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. They are diamond files, which are great. We'll talk about what you use these for. I actually did a video, I haven't posted it yet, but I'm making it, about using diamond files and stuff. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but a nice set of diamond files nonetheless. Some HQ prop battery straps. They look to be a little bit long. Let's just take a peek at how long these are compared to a one I'm used to. Let's see. Just a little set-up-a-roo here. Yeah, that's a pretty beefy, big battery strap. So that might be good for bigger builds, bigger battery packs, but we'll talk. Put that to the side. We got some HQ props here. They are a 5 by 4.3 by 3 prop. Very cool, in orange. We got 3 packs of those. And let's see what we got here. We got, it looks like an Ethics transmitter lanyard. Let's take a peek at that just to be sure I am quoting that correctly. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a transmitter lanyard. So we got a little, I mean, it's pretty much, it looks like to be a relatively generic oh no, I stand corrected. It does have something stuck onto it here. I thought they just did a little silk screening on this little part here and slipped it onto a generic strap. But it does have the logo on the strap as well. It does have the dual adjusters. However, it does not have the detacher to detach your clip from your strap itself. So you are going to have to clip and unclip. And the clip itself is a little tight. It's not super smooth. So it's a little scratchy, but still nonetheless, it's a cool item. We have, I'm going to guess, some shrink type stuff here because I see a lot of shrink tubing in the box. So it is shrink tubing of some sort. I don't know what really, it's like a clear type of shrink tubing. It's sort of like the shrink tubing that they use on the Crossfire modules and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool to get a whole big pack of that. And then we have a pack of that same stuff, but in a smaller size. So some shrink tubing, And while we're talking about shrink tubing, we got extra shrink tubing. So lots of shrink tubing. Lots of different sizes, shapes, colors, and whatnot. So big old thing of shrink tubing. And lastly, we have this, which is a RunCam. And what is it? Okay, we have a RunCam Robin. And that's pretty darn cool too. All right, so to recap, we have shrink tubing. I know there's some more shrink tubing here somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh no, I threw it in already. Shrink tubing. The RunCam Robin. 3 packs of props. Ethics strap. HQ battery straps. We have the diamond files. And we have the sticker sheet. All right, now let's see if this is worth it. All right, so I ran my little cost analysis thing, and here are your numbers. Now, looking over it, I'm thinking this is one of those boxes that people may not be too happy about, but we'll go over it line by line. So first we got these HQ props. Love the HQ props. HQ is one of my go-to brands. I go between the HQ props, and I also do the Dow Cyclone props are my 2 go-to brands. And it's always nice to have a couple packs of these HQ props laying around. So I'm really happy to get those. Now, next we got these diamond files. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, what the heck do I need with diamond files for flying drones and quads and all that kind of fun stuff? Well, they do apply. It does make kind of sense to get these. However, a lot of people won't really have a use for them. Really what this is for when you want to clean up the edges of your carbon fiber frame, you can use them. I'm working on making kind of like a video on how to really bling out the edges of your carbon fiber frames if you want to take the work to do so. Essentially what you can do is you can add a little chamfer or chamfer, I forget how you pronounce it, but it's that little beveled edge. So it's not just a square, it has like a little like bevel to it, if you will. So you can use that to make your edges nice and smooth and stuff. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense, but not many people are going to go through the work of doing that. So, you know, not many people are going to necessarily want that. Next, we have the Ethics transmitter strap. And I have to say I'm not a big fan of this strap for several reasons. As you may or may not know, my favorite is the Newbie Drone one. I think this is the best design ever. And I'm just going to do a quick review comparing these. So the first thing is that to adjust this one, it's got this buckle, it's all finished, and you just grab it and you pull it, and then you're done. And if I want to make it shorter, I pull it, and I'm done. This one has all these extra buckles and spare tabs. Like, see this piece of tab here? So if I want to make this shorter, I have to first scooch it through the bottom, then scooch it through this thing, then scooch it through this one. This is in real time, by the way, not slowing it down. And then scooch it through this one. And now I've made it shorter. So you can see to make adjustments, it's really time consuming and not so easy. And I also like how it's finished. This one, the Newbie Drone one, has like a finished feel to it. This has these like little tabs where it's just like, you know, they kind of just wove it through and that's that. The clasp, this one feels very grating, very scratchy, you know, like you can listen. It's like very scratchy sounding. This one, on the other hand, the Newbie Drone one, is nice and smooth. You can barely hear anything, just like more like the squeak of the spring in it. It just feels smooth. The Newbie Drone one has this buckle in the middle. So you can leave this part attached to your transmitter, this part around your neck. So you don't have to keep unclipping this part on your transmitter to pick it up and put it down. It's a lot easier to just pinch and drop than it is to like do this whole action with that thing. And the last thing about the Ethics one, I give them credit for this little pad part here, but if you've ever had any kind of a bag that came with this on the strap, usually like a shoulder strap, it has it there, it never ends up on your shoulder because it just floats all around. So I can totally see I may put it on and be like, okay, careful, put that on my back of my neck. Okay, cool, it's there. And then 2 seconds later, it's going to be like hanging down over here on the side. So I don't feel like that's going to be very useful in the design of it. So overall, I think the Newbie Drone one is a better designed lanyard, but if you didn't have one at all and you got this box, now you do have one, and it is cool sporting the ethics stuff. So that's kind of cool. Next, now this is again moving into the realm of where people may not be so thrilled, and that is for these little packs of clear shrink. And what these really are one pack has 38 and one pack has 40 pieces of the heat shrink that is used for their VTXs and their receiver modules. That's what these are. So, I mean, if I bought the receiver module or I bought their video transmitter, it would already have the heat shrink around it. Granted, okay, let's say I had to cut it off. I wanted to do something to it, change something. Okay, cool. I cut it off. Usually with the Team Black Sheep products, there's a spare heat shrink in that pack with it. So I could apply that one to reheat shrink it. So now I would have to then need for some reason to cut that one off, and then I would perhaps have a need for one of these. But do I need 40 of them? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's only a couple bucks between these two packs, but at the same token, I'll talk about why I think what's in this box is in this box, but the fact that this is sort of like, I'm guessing something that was never bought off of their website, the Team Black Sheep website, might be why it's in the box, but we'll get into that. Moving forward, even more heat shrink. Okay, yes, it's cool to have a nice box of all different sizes and colors and shapes and all this wonderment of heat shrink. That's really cool. If you don't have any heat shrink, it's nice to have a good selection when you're doing your stuff and everything. Cool. But if you think about it, at least currently when I build a quad, the only heat shrink I really use is I use really skinny ones if I need to extend wires. So okay, a couple of these would be useful for that. And I use a little bit bigger for if I'm making an XT60 connector. So, okay, a couple of those would be good for that. And that's really it. Maybe you put it over your ESCs. Maybe you put it over, you know, something else. But like a lot of these sizes, I don't see ever really getting used doing our hobby as such. Now, yes, it's a tool that you can just use and have for other projects of other, you know, whatever you're working on. So it's cool to have that. But again, for our hobby, I don't feel it being as useful. And again, that might be an item that wasn't purchased off the Team Black Sheep website, and hence maybe this was like an overstock, hence why it's now in the box. Same with this, same with this, same with this, and same with this. Because I don't see many people buying these products off of the Team Black Sheep website, and they may have had an overstock of them and said, okay, let's just throw them all into the box. The RunCam Robin is awesome to have in the box too. That, you know, that was kind of like the one saving grace for this box, but it's only like a $25 camera. So it's not like, oh my God, this totally makes up for everything else. So when you look at the prices here, there's really not much value. And what I mean by that is taking my opinion out of everything and just looking at the numbers directly over here, you can see that by the time if I bought this as a one-time purchase, I made $1. There was $1 extra of value in here if I wanted everything in this box. As a subscriber, it's like $11, which is okay, cool. I saved 11 bucks. But I can tell you personally, I wouldn't have bought this. I wouldn't have bought this. I wouldn't have bought this. I really didn't have a need for these because I already have my own set. And I don't feel like I would be alone in that. I feel like a lot of the people in the hobby would sort of not really need or want those products. So the really only things that are like, yay, are the RunCam and the props. You add those together, you're at about $35. As a subscriber, I paid $40. So I'm already like kind of in the whole $5 if I ignore everything and just look at these two items here, the props and the camera. So I'm going to say that this is not that great of a value. I feel like one thing that's really important for these mystery boxes in general, whether it be drone drop or it be quad box, is that they provide you with some useful stuff. Now, granted, for example, going back to quad box, there was the quad box where they included a power supply for a charger. Now, not everyone uses that kind of a charger that needs an external power supply, and not everyone wants that, and so that can cause some conflict and stuff. But at the end of the day, if you didn't like the power supply, you could easily sell it to your buddy, your friend. You can throw it up on eBay, and it was a high-value ticket item that you could easily sell to make back that money that you may have not been happy about. These items, on the other hand, are all kind of like China items. You can buy diamond files, dime a dozen. I bought mine at Harbor Freight. If you're aware what that store is, it's basically, you know, cheap and inexpensive tools. And they were like $3 or $4 or something for the set of the diamond files. At Harbor Freight, too, you can buy sets of heat shrink, all you want and all you need and stuff. So this is sort of like not really necessary. So what I honestly think is I feel like right now, perhaps this was like kind of like a cleaning out time where they looked through their stuff and said, hey, what do we got a lot of that's not selling? Because this is all stuff that you could get elsewhere. You're not going to go to the Team Black Sheep website to buy diamond files. Guaranteed no one's doing that. You're not going to go, hey, I need heat shrink. Let me go to the Team Black Sheep website and buy their heat shrink. You're just going to go to a local place or maybe Amazon or something. So I'm sure they had a bunch of this in stock sitting around, and that's why they included it in the box. Now, I really wish I could say that there was a lot of good value here, but ignoring the fact that we don't even need these products, as a one-time purchase, it's $1 over the value when you include everything. That's not very valuable, in my opinion. And even as a subscriber, it's $11. Only because I'm discounted as a subscriber by the $10 of the box. So I still feel like I'm not quite breaking even as a subscriber with this box because I feel like I'm about $5 shy. Because these are, I don't know. I think you get what I'm trying to get at here is that this box I'm not excited about, and I just wish there was a little bit something else, or, you know, I don't know, just giving tons of heat shrink just kind of annoyed me. It was like, if you're going to do this, I didn't need this. And if you're going to do this, don't do this. You know, this is like way too much heat shrink in one box. And then not having like a hurrah item in there too, just having like a $25 camera is like, all right, cool, you know, whatever. You know, spread it out a little bit. Don't make, you know, so I would say my vote on this one, not so good. Now, by all means, as I've said before, this is actually the first time that I felt not so thrilled about a drone drop. Plain and simple. Usually I feel at least that I broke even or that I feel like I was ahead in the game. This is the opposite. Since February of 2018, this is the first drone drop where I was like, I kind of wish I didn't even get this one, really. So now, if you're a big fan of drone drop and you're a big fan of the Team Black Sheep products as I am, you know, next month, maybe this is like, you know, hey, my birthday's in October. I'm a Libra. I'm all about things being in balance. So, because this box was sort of like me, maybe that means that the February box is going to be woohoo. That's the double-edged sword of mystery boxes, in that they could be bad, they could be good, or they could be somewhere in the middle. And that's the risk you take when you buy a mystery box. So I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you the value. And I'm saying if you were thinking about buying this one as a one-time purchase, you probably don't want to buy this one as a one-time purchase. But maybe you really need some heat shrink. I don't know. Maybe. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell while you're at it. Makes finding my videos easy. And I hope I was able to give you some information about these products and about what's in the box. And hope it helped you out make a decision. Maybe you were thinking about signing up for one of these. And, you know, hope I got that information out to you, all right? So as always, my name is Tronage. Fly strong.